Good evening and good night, wherever you are watching me around the world. This is the part two of the Ghana presidency that turned down Cyril Ramaphosa's request to visit Ghana. The president of South Africa decided to stretch his hand of fellowship, recognition that his country has Ghana and African countries that are in South Africa. So he decided to visit Ghana to build back that relationship, that good terms they used to have before. But the Ghanaian presidency turned down his proposal to visit Ghana. Is that a good move or a bad move? I want us to talk about it. Now, I see it as a good move from the part of the South Africans or from the presidency of South Africa. Now, the president has come to realize that South Africa has a good friend who is Ghana. To lose that friend because of foolishness, the president decided to stretch his hand to say, please, I want to visit, I want us to talk. And the visit cannot be anything else as it's not business, it's to build back that relationship Ghana and South Africa used to have before. And to tell you the truth, they are close to, let's say, they are close to 5,000, if I'm not mistaken, or less Ghanaians who were living in South Africa. But now up to 300 left. Additional 2 or how many hundred joined the others who left South Africa and came back to Ghana. So Ghanaians, as they have built a good relationship with South Africa for some decades. And so it's a good thing for the South African government to go to Ghana, and say, please, we are sorry for what our people have done to your people. You see, hurting some of them and killed one of them is a bad move from the South Africans. The president, when they want to go there to build back that confidence they used to have before, that trust they used to have before. Please, sorry for the noise, the background noise, okay? Just sorry for it. I'm beside the road, and where I'm seated is just close to the road. The highway, the road, or the main way where cars are passing. And so I just want you guys to know these things, okay? That we cannot build a country through violence. You cannot live alone. Hello, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining my live streaming. So the topic of today is the second part of it. I had the first part of it some few minutes, some hours, an hour ago, and I'm doing the second part of this. The request to visit Ghana by the South African president that was turned down by the presidency of Ghana. Okay, the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, wanted to visit Ghana to build back that trust, that confidence, that relationship they used to have before, as two countries that were dealing, in bilateral agreements for business growth, development, and exchange of goods and services, which has been there for years. So, but the xenophobic tension and march movement has made many Ghanaians to flee from South Africa and return back to their home country, and which has led also to the killing of a South African a killing of a Ghanaian in South Africa. So all these things, the Ramaphosa decided to want to visit Ghana, but which was turned down. As I was saying, no country can independently live alone. When South Africa was going through her ordeal of apartheid, segregation, prejudices, killing, arrestation of nationals who came out to demonstrate and vent on the white colonizers, their soldiers, and all those atrocities they were doing before against the South Africans. African countries supported South Africans. African countries were there to make sure that South Africans they get support, whether morally or through how can I call it? Through offering them a stay in their country, most especially the country that supported South Africa in their southern areas. You have Zambia, you have Zimbabwe, you have Malawi, Namibia. These are neighboring countries. These are neighboring brothers of South Africa. Some South Africans went there to live. And even the apartheid made some of the South Africans that were in South Africa to flee to those countries and became nationals of those countries. And you also have to understand that Namibia was part of South Africa, or to say Namibia were brothers of South Africans. Malawi is just like a father who had 5 children, and children gave birth to their children, and some of them decided to leave their father's house and go and build their own houses in different areas and never return back and created their own families and give those families different names, but they all have the same ancestral roots, and they also have similar cultures and names. That's what happened in South Africa, or the southern part of South Africa. Lesotho is in South Africa, but it's a country on its own in South Africa. So you see, there are things that people need to understand. So South Africa cannot independently live alone. No country does. You need friends. You need allies. And Africans have been good allies to South Africans, either morally, bilaterally, agreements for trade, business, and for other things. So Ghana is one of them. Nigeria is one of them. Zambia, Zimbabwe, and others, they are one of them. So now, to allow your country to use xenophobic, attacks on nationals from different African countries is what Africans they don't upload. And the silence of Ramaphosa is not a literal silence. Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, made speeches, sent out communiques that South Africa is not xenophobic, but South Africans are xenophobic. And to say South Africa is xenophobic is a generalized term which is not applicable. So the right word to say South Africa is not a xenophobic country, and also some South Africans are xenophobic, as not all of the South Africans are xenophobic. Now, if you go to Southern Cape, most of the people some people came out to protest and say they don't want xenophobia in Southern Cape, South Africa, that they are against xenophobic attacks rather, and Afrophobia. If you go to Etwini, the people they also protest, they said they are against march and march. They don't want it in their own territory. So that's to say that many South Africans are against xenophobia, are against the fact that foreigners are leaving South Africa because of the march and march pressure that they were mounted on foreigners in South Africa. And mind you, some of these South Africans are married to those Africans from different countries who are immigrants in South Africa. The Limpopo Foreign Affairs, I think one of the Limpopo officials said they have almost 561,000 people in South Africa, or in Limpopo, in KwaZulu Natal, and out of this 561,000, that only 2 are documents. Only 2, mean 559 are fully documented to live in South Africa, to stay in South Africa, to do business in South Africa, and to school in South Africa. He said out of these 2, 1, the document his document is still in under preview. They are still checking if it's illegal, if he has all the documents so that he can continue his stay in South Africa. And the other one, it was investigated that the other one did not have the right documents to stay in South Africa. So if you see now, if you watch what is happening in South Africa, it's a very delicate thing, and South Africans has to be very careful, because the portraying of xenophobia against other Africans is what is causing pains to Africans, and which has prompted now the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa. Hello guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining my live. If you are just joining, thank you so much. Please comment. Okay, we are here to talk. We are here to make Africa great. We are here to collaborate. Africa is one. We are all Africans, and human beings are one. Okay, whether you're an African with my skin tone or with a white skin tone, okay, European from European descent or from Caucasian or from an Asian descent, you are a European. You are rather a human being, and Africa is a place that everyone wants to come to live. There are good things here in Africa. There are good people in Africa, as same as there are bad people. But I'm here to promote, good relationship with people, good relations, and also to promote the spirit of living together as with one another. Okay, South Africans, they have their flaws. South Africans, they have their good sides, same as other nationals in different countries. So we are not here to condemn them. We are here to talk sense to some of those who want nationals to leave South Africa, who are documented, and who have been attacking some of them because they are foreigners, and who have gone to school to chase some of the students out of school because they are foreigners. So we are here to talk. So please send your comments. Okay, send your comments. Talk about what you like and what you don't like about this tension that's happening in South Africa. If you have somebody that you have lost in the course of this xenophobic attack, bring it out. But please, in my comment section, I don't want insult. Don't insult the South Africans. Don't insult Africans. Don't insult anybody. Be polite, be nice, and give out your own idea. Talk what you have as a point of view, and I will gladly appreciate it. And if you are joining me, please, for the first time, please, this is Sit with Ayuk David. I talk about trends. Whatever is trending around the world, that's what I talk and I focus on, and I bring in good positive vibes to it. And please, if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, like, and share. Now let me continue. If every South African was to live in South Africa will not become what it is today. South Africa has been built to everywhere, is of a global standard, is of a big class, hosting the configuration big time, touristic ecosystem. You have educational ecosystem. You have a good business ecosystem that has prompted people to leave their countries to come in South Africa to invest or to work. You see, that is that the country is blessed and is great, and everybody in Africa loves South Africa. They love South African women. They love their body size. They are African women. They have the African size of women. They are healthy. They are big. Okay, and they have good size. They have boobs. They have boots, and they are clean. They are fair. So everybody loves South Africa, and South Africa is just where it's beautiful. They have a good climate, and the country is open, to many investors from different parts of the world. So now, allowing this xenophobic attack to go to this extent is what people are afraid of, especially South Africans who understand what it means to be in the international world. Every country should enforce the immigration sector to stop immigrants who are not documented to come to a country. Every country has to do that. Hello, hi, thank you for joining. Hello, thank you for your comment. Hi. Every country, Donald Trump, one of his vision to make America great is to make sure that immigrants who are in America who are not documented should be sent back to their countries, because some of those guys they are the cause of high crime waves, drugs. It's true, because they want to use every means to survive, to make money. That's the truth. But this is what is there. Okay, this is what is there. You cannot now, because you are the president, you're using force on the people. Look at what ICE is doing in America. ICE recorded they were killing even Americans who were there. They were arresting people, with violence, and they had a backlash. CNN recorded they had a backlash on CNN. Was in different news media streams. They were talking about how the ICE has been harassing people, how they are violating the human rights, the right of Americans. But the people were not protesting that people should leave. Many of those who were arrested, some were detained to see if their documents are good to continue to live in South Africa. Some were deported. Some were released to go back home because they are Americans or they have the documents to live in America. But now in South Africa, that's not the case. The people who went out to march, which was supposed to be a peaceful demonstration to force the government, to bend the government hand to do what? To implement policies that will make it difficult for people who are not documented to live in South Africa. They failed to do that. They failed. They were instead doing what? Introducing violence, punching people. There are videos everywhere in the internet, hurting people, killing people, burning down shops, looting people's businesses. You people did it the wrong way. You used the right means, but you used now a different method, which is not right, to destroy what you people have been building for, you people have been praying for. Is it true that there are immigrants who are into drugs and crimes in South Africa? Yes. But some of these immigrants who are there, most of them, they are working with South Africans. We cannot deny that fact. Most of them are working with the South Africans who are also part of them, who are into the same business of drugs, killing, and all the guns that is there. But now what's happened? Why is President Cyril Ramaphosa wanted to visit Ghana? He's wanted to visit Ghana, from my own perspective, is that he wanted to build back that trust. He wanted to ask South Africa, Ghanaians sorry through the president. So that the president can communicate to the people that Ghana, South Africa is still a country, we can still live together. They wanted not to use excuses. But the Ghanaian president, John Mahama, turned it down. You cannot hurt my people, kill one of them, make them to leave their jobs, make them to leave their properties, their business, and come back home. And some of them to abandon their families that they have created or made with South Africans and come back home empty-handed. Some came crying, some came hot. Man. So he is turning it down to tell South Africans that we are ready for you guys. In what term? Not for war, but that we are not friends, we are not brothers. If you call us brothers, you will not treat us this way. The other day, Nigerians, they came out on a news press, on a press conference rather, to denounce what the South Africans, to cry out against what South Africans did to them, and said they want to fight back. Now, if all African countries want to fight back against South Africans, what are we going to do? In Mozambique, I think that was yesterday, South Africans went there to have South Africans that were there, they went to a restaurant to have a lunch or to eat, to relax. They were sent out by the owner of the restaurant that go back to your country, go back. You see, that's already hatred against South Africans because of a few minority who decided to take law into their hands the wrong way, to protest that immigrants should leave, and by attacking some of those immigrants from different countries. You see, which is very bad and it's not nice at all. Look at the face now of South Africans in the world. It's like that become now something that is not good. Al Jazeera, the news station, is reporting it. CNN is reporting it. In different countries, they are reporting it. They are reporting the xenophobic tension, how they are displeased and they're not happy with South Africa. Okay, this is the part 2. Tomorrow, I'm going to do part 3 of it. Or we're talking about what is at stake now. What is at stake economically between South Africa and other African nations. First, about the looting of companies and businesses in South Africa that have been destroyed by South Africans, and the international business relationship that South Africa has built with other African nations and the world. So I just want to thank you for my life, for tuning in into my live stream today. And tomorrow we'll talk about what is at stake, in the economy of South Africa between Africans and South Africa. Thank you for joining my live stream. And please remember, South Africa is one people. One people is one people. We are all Africans. And we all have to stand together and live together and fight together for one common goal: peace, unity, and love. Thank you. I love you all my South African brothers. I love you all my Ghanaian brothers. I love you all my South African brothers and sisters, Ghanaian brothers and sisters, Nigerian brothers and sisters, Cameroonian brothers and sisters, Ethiopians, Gabonese, Congolese. Some of them left also. Congolese left also this week back to their country because of the xenophobic attacks. I love you all my African brothers. We have to be united. Every African have to come to a country and feel a home in that country in Africa. Ghana has issued free e-visa for African countries. Rwanda did the same. Okay, so we should just emulate that and build a better Africa. That's love, that's wisdom, that's understanding. Because Africans see themselves as one people and as brothers. Thank you for joining, and tomorrow is another day. We'll talk about the state of what is at stake economically because of this xenophobic tension that is happening in South Africa, that might destroy the relationship Africans have with South Africa and their government. Thank you. See you in the next one. This is Ayuk David, and you just sat with me to watch my live. I want to thank all those who were live with me. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time with me live, and please subscribe to my channel. It will help me a lot. Okay, like and share this video through any means you can do to pass out this message to people to understand what Africa is and how to build it, and what South Africa is going through and how to come about it. And that's Africa. Thank you so much. Love you. Peace. Bye-bye.